I can't get out of bed, no, drugs make me bad. I can't get out of bed, yeah, drugs are bad. I can't get out of bed, no, drugs.
Damn spyware and malware and these motherfucking gang stalkers. So I said, okay, why this damn app playing in the background and I know it's not on my screen? Let me see if I could do another app. Went to the damn YouTube to go live and the fucking shit still playing in the background. That should be crazy. Overslept this morning, but I'm here, and that's all that matters. Wholeness, infinite waters flowing through you on point, Dexter. This is TarotOnDex, and I do this from the heart, from the soul, from the street. So if you think I'm here to play around with you, you should leave now. If you decide to stay, that means you'll allow me in your energy, as is my intent, to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. So let's get started, because you know we dominate these time constraints. What is the most important message for the Divine Collective at this time? What do they need to know most to walk their highest path for their greatest good? What do we got for them? Thank you. The devil. Girl, the devil been coming out since yesterday. The devil is, the devil is obsession. It is toxic energy. It is when you do, what is it? Money, cars, clothes, holes. What is the professional way to explain it? The devil card is being bound to something by choice. Choosing to be bound to something that you know is not good for you. The devil card energy is out here with the Empress. Give me one more card with the Hangman. 3 major arcanas, 3 pulls. The Empress and the Hangman is a 333 angel number. And it has to do with growth. It has to do with gaining perspective. The Devil card indicates that, okay, I know this shit bad for me. It's like smoking or drinking while you're pregnant. The Devil card, Hangman, with the Empress. Fully conscious and aware of how certain behaviors and choices could be negative and have negative outcomes in regards to what you're building. That Devil card has been coming up a lot. Single, sexy, successful. Death magic. I don't like it at all. I feel like, this is like, I want it. It's the idea of self-imposed bondage. That's the term I was looking for. The devil card with the death magic. The letter D showing up significant. There's a lot of self-imposed bondage, and you're well aware of it. Be careful of how you're giving people access to the most sacred and the most precious aspects of yourself. It's drinking and smoking while you're pregnant, and you know damn well how that's going to affect that baby. It's this type of energy. Oh, well, maybe it won't happen. Da 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 da. That yes, the fuck it will. It's pay attention to the statistics. Voodoo energy is out here with death magic and Empress. I don't really too much like this energy. I feel like you're seeing it happen. It's like watching something play out, and then somebody said, well, why didn't you grab? Why didn't you try to stop it? And you'd be like, oh, it happened so fast. I don't know. I couldn't move. It's this type of energy where somebody is petrified and unable to move in the ways that they need to move in order to create the outcome that they desire. Intuitive chaos energy is out here. Empress and the Hangman, you know damn well. That's what this is. Devil card, single, sexy, and successful transition. You know damn well that if you keep playing with something, you heard me, interacting with something, acting like it's not dangerous. You keep acting like something isn't dangerous and it's going to get you. This is what this feels like. Give me one more card. Because I'm ready to go back, lay down. False person. Bruh, and you're well aware of a false person's fake identity. You might be telling yourself in your mind's eye, oh, they can't hurt me. They can't fuck with me. They not stronger than me. They not bigger than me. And probably they not. But still, giving access to this entity to you is more detrimental than it is not. This is what I'm tapping into. Giving access to this entity, to your gift, is more detrimental than it is not. There's like somebody wants to not see you grow. Somebody wants to not see you have. And I feel like you were well aware of this. Somebody wants to ruin your chances. That's what this feels like. Ruin your chances of ever meeting your goals. Single, sexy, and successful. You could be whatever you want to be. You can go for it and live a great life. And it's like somebody really wants to ruin your chances. Be aware. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something to help y'all just wake up with the nonsense. Me too. Y'all just wake up with the bullshit. Me too. Ain't even did nothing. They was already on my phone. I was knocked out sleep. I woke up. My phone was already malfunctioning. I said, what the fuck is this? Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. So we should see us walk the highest path. Return to sender would be good if it was coming from an external place. Return to sender would be a perfect thing to say if it was coming from an external place. But with the devil card, return to sender, what you sending it back to your motherfucking self? Hello, the devil card. Self-imposed bondage. So return to sender. Sometimes I don't think y'all really be listening to me. Okay, unbreakable. What is the return to sender gonna do if it's coming from yourself? You wasn't thinking about that. Unbreakable energies out here. Unbreakable through the technical difficulties. Girl, I told you I slept late. And then when I wake up, what happens is I wake up about 9, 8 o'clock, then I give myself about an hour or so, then I, put my personality on. I ain't think I had a chance to put my personality on. The person talking about return to sender. Was you listening? Because I said it's coming from yourself. So if you return to sender, that's really not going to work because you're sending it back to yourself. Like, you got to... Chemistry energy is out here with unbreakable. Moving forward, chemistry is out here with unbreakable. This kind of make me I'm a little bit apprehensive about how it feels energetically, but that could be my own personal ego, so I'm going to try to disregard that notion. But it's like a relationship. This is a relationship, a supportive situation, but there's a lot of storms. There's a lot of storms in this relationship. But I mean, my guy prepared for the weather. He got a raincoat on, but it ain't got no hood on it. But whatever, we ain't gonna worry about that. Chemistry energy is out here with twin flame journey. Hell yeah, this is like a twin flame energy. I think I'm apprehensive about it because there's a lot of like loose ends that need to be tied. There's a lot of rough edges that need to be smoothed, and I'm a little bit concerned that you would focus on smoothing the rough edges in your relationship rather than smoothing the rough edges in your life. Affair energy is out here with time for a new direction. One of the most powerful things in regards to attracting your divine life partner is the way that you love yourself. And I know that it seems like it takes you in the opposite direction. You would think that the most powerful thing to do to attract your divine life partner would be to love other people or love outside of yourself. No. The person who you're going to spend the rest of your life with is going to be impressed by the way you treat yourself. I'm going to tell you why. Because what they're going to think in their mind is, wow, they might love me like that. They're going to see the way you love you and decide that, oh, if they could just get a little bit of that love, that would be good. This is what I'm tapped into. No filter energy is out here with booked and busy. And so when you focus your energy into yourself, what happens is you blossom. What happens is you bloom. And that bud, that beautiful blossom is what attracts your divine life partner. Anything outside of that is just going the other way around. Let go, release, and don't look back. They say love and let it go. Love and let it go. If it come back, that's how strong it is. The chaser. You got to love and let it go. I like this energy. I feel like, okay, the relationship, the love, or the energy that you feel is very palpable. It's showing up in the cards. But it gets fucked up when you give so much to the relationship that you stop giving to yourself. Through the technical difficulties. Unbreakable. We might have to take a break. But y'all know we'll be back next week. I'm saying this love is unbreakable. Y'all have so many monitoring spirits, it's a shame. And then you be ignoring the fuck out of the monitoring spirit. So the monitoring spirit get more and recruit more and more monitoring spirits. And then the monitoring spirits that they recruit versus the original monitoring spirit don't be as savvy. They don't be as, good at hiding themselves in plain sight. And they be laying around there saying something or did something that was so stupid and obvious. You say, okay, this is a monitoring spirit. And it's a perpetual cycle. Y'all have so many monitoring spirits. It's ridiculous. You would think I was talking to a celebrity or Beyonce or some shit like that. No, it's just you. Spiritual Beyonce. Spiritual celebrity. Because they be on your ass. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides, and we should see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. What is the most important message For the Divine Collective, what do you need to know most to walk the highest path out here for the greatest good? Sexual protection. Well, that's duh, right? Give me some more energy. Heading on your body image and exercise routine. Like sometimes you might be in this phase or in a state of mind where you're completely not feeling at all attractive. You could just be living your life, going to the grocery store to pick up some milk for the kids, and you don't even realize and recognize how magnetic you are. And so your spirit team is like, you need to protect your energy. I just feel like you're dismissive of your glory. Right? Because I don't want this to be about men or women. I want you to know that there are times when you go out into the world and you might feel like there's nothing about you that's overtly attractive or magnetic, and there are people lurking in them, because this lady just walking down the street. Maybe she just got on a short skirt, but whatever. But still there's this energy of like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm afraid to say it. Someone's like lurking and watching you just go about your daily life and feeling very predatory. Like watching you through the bushes or something and feeling very predatory. I'm going to tell you something. It's somebody who always talk about your body, but they might not say you're beautiful or you're so attractive. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do without you. This is somebody who watches you a lot, and they could make comments about your body that seem like derogatory, right? They could comment on your weight, they could comment on your skin, they could comment on other things, but it's this person that's hiding their attraction for you, and I mean unbridled attraction, through like negative comments. Right? This is some type of troll energy. Energy is out here. But they can't overtly say that they're attracted to you. So they talk underneath your clothes. They might talk about your weight. They might talk about your skin. They might talk about your body shape. They're not necessarily saying, oh my God, you're so sexy, you're so curvy. But they'll say, oh, you think you grown now because you got some hips or something like that. And it's also this energy of you're putting on the show, or you dressing like that to draw somebody's attention. Or you walking like that. This could be your natural gait. This is how you just walk, right? They say you walk like that to try to get somebody attention. They say, oh, you put that on because you try to get somebody attention. So as much as they try to make you feel at fault, this is somebody who tries to make you feel at fault, but they really secretly, overly and overtly evolve themselves in what's happening underneath your clothes. That's what this feels like. The biggest person hating on you is a person who talk about your body. They talk about your size. They talk about how you dress. But it's because they're attracted to it and they don't know how to admit it, claiming credit over your success. If you do something different, like let's say they mention your hair and then you do something different with your hair. They mention your weight and you start to lose weight. Anything like that, they say, oh, I'm the reason why. They're the reason why you chose to change your hair. They're the reason why you chose to lose weight. They're the reason why you're doing these things. And when really, I don't even think you see this person like that. I don't even think you think of them like that. I think that it's something that you maybe have a spidey sense about, but it's kind of like an inkling in the back of your mind. But no, this person who always talking about how you dress, what you wear, they always talking about your weight, talking about your hair, your skin, or these physical attributes about you. Not necessarily, they're not saying anything beneficial or good, but they always talking underneath your clothes. Is that person that's lurking, bro, setting the record straight. And there's a lot coming through from your spirit team that's saying you need to set the record straight. You need to protect yourself from this energy. You really need to assert boundaries and begin to say things like, why are you always talking under my clothes? You say negative things, but you seem to be more attracted to me than you are repulsed by me. If you were really repulsed by me, why don't you go away? It's really, really putting it out on Front Street. Really, really setting the record straight is going to be your most powerful path forward. Dark entities are using these people to work against you. So we battle not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities. And we talk a lot about these powers and these principalities and how they control people. And it's a lot about people wanting your attention, right? Wanting your attention and doing stupid shit to get your attention. And not even realizing and recognizing that you have control over what you give attention to. These witches and these warlocks think that they see you do one thing one time and they feel like you, like them, you can't control yourself. Like you have to do it over and over and over again. No, that's them with no self-control. They'll claim they did it first, knowing damn well they got inspired by you. So there's a lot about watching you, even wanting to be like you, but trying to make you feel like what you're doing isn't good, isn't beneficial. They secretly keep tabs on your every move, everything you do, everything you wear. Everything you do to your hair, everything you say, they're watching you. And their social media posts and memes are directed toward you. This gives the energy of putting stuff on post on social media, whatever it is like that, but like talking in code. So they're always posting on social media. They're always saying things on social media, but it's like talking to a group of people and talking about how to gain access to your energy to assault you spiritually, like gang stalking, causing unexplained body pains and numbness. Your most powerful path forward at this time is to protect yourself from these witches and these gang stalkers, especially if you know damn well you're going through it. And the main one is somebody that's always talking about how you look. The main one is somebody who's always wanting to mention how you look. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. Sometimes you just got to let these witches look stupid. A lot of times they think that they have you. They have you pegged, so to say. Earlier, I said during this session, I said, oh, I haven't put on my personality yet, right? I'm still, getting it. I was making a joke and I was just saying something, right? Now, stupid people putting stupid stuff in the chat. And it's like, so you want that reaction, right? And that's what you have to pay attention to, Divine One. You have to pay attention to the idea of somebody hoping that you're so close to the edge that they could just do simple things to push you. Pay attention to the people who are looking for you to be so close to the edge that if you mention that you're about to go over the edge, they try to nudge you and they try to push you. That be the witches and the warlocks that you need to pay attention to. Them be the ones who pretend to support you, who pretend to have your back, who pretend to want to see you win, but really they're secretly hoping and plotting on your downfall. And you just have to pay attention. The only thing you have to do is sit still and be quiet long enough, even say stuff. Give them a little ball to kick around and see how they kick that motherfucker, right? I said something earlier, not even thinking that that's how that was going to go. Oh, I haven't put on my personality yet. And then witches ran with it. They took that fucking ball and they ran with it. And they said, oh, she said she's close to the edge. Let's see if we can push her, push her, push her, push her, push her. And when you pay attention to shit like that, you can control your reaction and response. You just got to pay attention. Oh, it's quiet now. That's crazy as hell. It was so many hearts in the chat earlier. It's quiet now. That's interesting. Either way it goes, girl, let me do these readings. The biggest thing you gonna know in this world, where the whole world's a stage, the biggest thing you need to know in this world where the whole world is a stage is that they're not expecting you to stop. Be still long enough to pay attention. They're constantly doing things to reduce the size of your attention span because they're not planning on you sitting and not responding long enough for you to pay attention to the play. They're expecting you to be reactive. As soon as I do this, you do that. But when it's not so reactive, when it's more of a response, when you're reading the room, they're not going to get the results they expect. The letter R showing up significant. The only thing you got to do is pay attention. That's all you got to do is pay attention and you're going to see. And they're going to show themselves because them demons hate to be in the dark. Them demons hate to be in the dark. That's where they born. That's where they raised. That's where they mom and daddy at. But they hate to be in the dark. They want to be in the light with you. And they always going to show themselves. They can't necessarily say, do you see me? I'm your enemy. But they'll do little subtle things. And if you stop and sit still long enough, you will always call it out. Oh, and you can't doubt yourself. You can't give motherfuckers the benefit of the doubt. You can't say, oh, maybe I'm overthinking things because they put in hearts. I'm overthinking things. It's hearts. They mean something good. No, you got to trust your fucking self. You got to say my fucking spidey senses that has gotten me to this point in this age in life is not going off for no reason. You got to say my spidey senses, this alarm system that's built in by God to keep you safe, it's not fucking going off for no reason. My spidey senses is telling me something. And I'm going to believe my spidey senses before I believe any gaslighting and any love bombing that a witch or a warlock try to do. Not only do you got to stop and slow down long enough to see what they do, but when you see what they do and it tingle your spidey senses, you can't give them the benefit of the doubt. You got to say at the very least, you say, my spidey senses ain't tingling for no reason. You ain't got to say, oh, they doing this and they doing that and they doing this other thing. You say, my spidey senses ain't tingling for no reason. And you continue to pay attention. You just continue to watch and observe. And I guarantee you, I guarantee you, hand on the Bible, they gonna tell on themselves every fucking time. They be so easy to spot and so easy to see. You just gotta slow down long enough to give them a chance to show you who they are, and then believe yourself when you see it. That's all it is. It's like, oh, you already on the edge? Oh, you ain't put your personality on? Oh, let's see if we can push that shit. I was just saying. I was just playing. I was just joking. They ran with that shit and exposed themselves. Never let your left hand know what your right hand doing, right? Showed their hand. They wasn't what they were trying to do. Thought they were so fucking smart. But you just got to pay attention. And you also got to pay attention to the people who pretend like they can support you. Because a lot of witchcraft and war and spiritual warfare come through people who pretend like, oh, hi. They're like, hi, oh my God. Witchcraft. Because God don't want the confusion. God don't want the confusion. So when they come with all of that confusion and shit, bitch, God ain't finna bless no mess, and I know that. And when you trust in what you know and you believe on what your senses is telling you, you ain't got to worry about it. And they hate that. They hate that they can't compel you, or they hate they can't get you to lower your guard. But why would I believe you over my spidey senses? That don't even make sense. What card should we use? Let's see how they really feel. Weak ass. They can't do nothing. They ain't doing nothing. The only time they ever get access to your energy is when you give them. You saw. Let me go back to that as an example. And this is my last time, right? That you think that demons or something can read your mind, or you think that demons or something know what you're thinking or know how you're feeling. You notice how they couldn't do anything until I made that statement. I haven't put my personality on, and then when I made that statement, that's when they felt like, oh, they had no idea how I was feeling, no idea what I was thinking. They watching so closely because they want to know if they magic working, right? Oh, you wasn't supposed to be up, you were supposed to stay asleep. I almost overslept today. Oh, the only thing they knowing is that fucking magic ain't working. It wasn't until I made a statement that they say, oh, she goes to the edge, push. You gotta pay attention. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. What's the most important message for the divine collective? What do you need to know most to walk your highest path out here for the greatest good? On and off again, hot and cold, detached. Somebody can't read the fucking room. They don't understand cordiality, right? Like being respectful, being pleasant, being a peaceful person. So they might want to say that you on and off, hot and cold. You know what I mean? You detach when really you just being cordial. Hi, how you doing? Thank you so much for coming to the event. Da 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 da. Then you go back into what you would normally be doing, and they're taking that cordiality to be more than what it is, and then saying you're hot and you're cold, or they're getting mixed signals. Now you can show them what it really is. It's almost like a safety valve. That's what this feels like. Like, yeah, if you get too hot, you cool it off, right? You go within yourself. You detach a little bit, which is self-regulation. How dare you be self-regulated? And so your self-regulation is throwing somebody off. Heartbreak. They can't drive you. You too regulated. If shit get overheated, if shit get out of hand, you will let it cool off. You're not letting it get to the point. You know how your what is it called in the car? The little what it is, the thing that cool off the car. And like I've had a lot of ragged cars. The water, what is it called? The water cooler. The radiator in the front of the car, and sometimes it gets damaged, and then the car won't stay. The temperature of the car will overheat. It's like this person wants you to get overheated. They want you to get overheated. They want you to be lost in the sauce in some way. So emotionally riled where you not making sense no more. They want you hot and bothered. Does that make sense? They want you hot and bothered. Heartbreak energies, and every time you emotionally regulate, every time you cool off your emotions, it breaks their heart. This is what I'm tapped into. This is an energy vampire that's pretending to be a lover and paramour. An energy vampire that's pretending to have your back, support you, or even wanting to be in a relationship with you. Feeling like shit. If you pay attention to it, when you cut your energy off, when you go within and when you restore and recuperate, they get to say, oh, I feel sick. You need to pay attention. When you start saying, oh, well, let me take some time to myself. Oh, I don't want no company today, or I don't want no company this week. When you start saying that shit to people, they start getting sick. All of a sudden, they get a cough. All of a sudden, they say, oh, my stomach hurt, or whatever it is like that. When you say, I really want to focus this week on my job. I really want to focus on making more money. I really want to lock into this blog I'm doing. I really want to lock into this website I'm building. Then they get sick. All of a sudden, they emotionally, mentally, physically, their body starts to ail. They complain a lot about heartbreak or feeling left out or feeling exiled. It's an energy vampire. And when you learn and when you demonstrate how to turn down your energy, it shows up in their body. Secluded energies out here. Whenever you separate yourself, this is you regulating your emotions without needing external validation to do that. When you regulate your emotions, they're no longer able to siphon you, right? If your phone start overheating, and instead of trying to, like, I don't know, cool it off, take the case off, you put it down. If your phone is overheating because you have monitoring spirits using technology to monitor you, and instead of you trying to figure out why your phone is overheating, you cut it off and put it down, then the monitoring spirits no longer have an access portal to you, right? They was using the phone to look at you. That's why it was getting overheated. Instead of you trying to fight with the phone so you can continue to doom scroll, you put the phone down, go pick up a book, maybe go watch a movie or something like that. They no longer have access to you. That's what's on this board. Bad news. These witches and these warlocks think they so fucking smart. They think they so fucking smart because they might be like really, really good at what they do in regards to like the fuck shit that they do and the dog dirty shit that they do. But they've never come across somebody who thinks like you, who thinks outside of the box. Gang stalkers were trying to, disturb my peace and using my patio door to do it because patio doors slide and it's really easy to open, right? I put a stick behind it. Now what? Simple. Simple, really, solutions. Keep it simple, stupid. And they be like, oh, what? A stick behind the door? So now we can't slide it anymore? It's this type of energy. The most simplest things. Oh, you want to use my phone to try to gang stalk? I'll put that bitch down. Like, you have a life. It's other shit that you can do. Twin flames energy is out here. And for many of you, the external world is a reflection of the internal world and it's showing you something. And I'm telling you that every time you pull your energy back to regulate your system, there's somebody in your life that gets sick or they feel ill or things go wrong in their life. And that's because they're not able to siphon the energy off of you in the ways that they expect it to. And what they're trying to do is find a way to cement the bond. What they're trying to do is find a way to cement the bond in regards to you so that this way that you can regulate your emotions, you really aren't able to. Fake busy. Your spirit team is telling you something too. Cope. This fake busy card come out a lot. Your spirit team has been telling you something too. It's a reason why you avoiding this person. It's a reason why you try to find something else to do instead of just saying, hey, let's see if we can sever this tie and see if we grow more. This is what I'm tapped into. They don't like when you regulate your emotions because when you regulate your emotions, they can't siphon energy from you. People are playing, and when I say playing, I mean dabbling in magic off of an outdated paradigm, off of old stories and old wives' tales. It's like trying to kill a vampire with onions or garlic. What the old wives' tale say is one of those little vegetable garden vegetables that you can use to kill an onion or to kill a vampire with. Okay, go. I know some motherfucking vampires that have put some garlic powder on their food around your stupid ass. So those old wives' tales about how you get rid of certain negative entities and energies, that shit ain't even real. But it's like somebody using old wives' tale and going off of old lore, lore, in regards to you. It's bullshit. They done heard some story that somebody done made up just to make that person feel like they know you. They associated and affiliated with you. They don't even really know you like that. They done told them some shit that they heard another person say. They don't even really know you like that. And so they going off of all of this old lore and thinking that old lore is what's going to get a reaction out of you. But you ain't the person that you used to be. Old Great Nary. Or you was never that person. People was always making up lies about you. And then what happens is when you can control your reaction and your response, you get them in a time loop. And when they feel like I'm going to constantly trigger you and get you triggered and be able to get energy out of you, then you got them constantly fishing. So like a fisherman at the lake that constantly casting his reel, but he ain't catching nothing. That man been out there 8 hours in the Bible. In the Bible, it was Peter. Peter had been out there all night trying to catch a fish. Ain't catch a fish, right? It wasn't until Jesus said, "All right, go ahead, throw the reel on the other side of your boat." And Jesus and Peter was like, "I had been fishing all night," and then he caught a boat full. He caught so many fish when Jesus told him where to fish, he ain't have to fish no more. He could go and be with Jesus and follow Jesus after that. Yeah. So they fishing. And it's only when you give them release the energy that they can feel like they can stop. Believe this. Give them the slightest bit of attention and they go on a rampage. So if you can give them a slight bit of attention, let them go on a rampage, and then take your attention back, now you got them. They was fishing for you, but they got caught. Give them a slight bit of attention, and it's only if you can control your energy enough, because not all y'all can do it. But if you can give a slight bit of attention, just respond and react. Let them think they got you, and then hold your attention back. Never respond to that shit again. Now you got them constantly trying to see if they can get that bit of attention from you again. I mean, it's not, if you an OG in the game, you can play with them little gang stalkers. But if you're not an OG, they're gonna try to get you mad. They're gonna try to get a reaction out of you, and they ain't gonna stop. They relentless. And so if you can't fuck with that, don't fuck with it. But if you got a little self control, a little emotional regulation, you could drive them hoes up a wall. I be having them going crazy. You see the motherfuckers still putting them hearts in the chat. Just give them a little bit. Maybe hoping. Please say something to me. Please mention me. Please, sir. I want some more. At the end of the day, you need to know that gang stalkers, these entities and these energies, they not seeking correctness. They don't want to be right. They don't have a valid grievance with you. The only thing they want to do is ruin what you're building. And you have to constantly be aware of that. They don't have a sincere grievance with you that you can come to terms on and say, hey, if I stop doing this, will you stop doing? No. The goal is to ruin everything that you build. The goal is to get the account banned. The goal is to disparage the image of TarotOnDex, right? And if you know that, then you know how far to go with it. They're not trying to be correct in any way. Now let's do Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. 10 of Pentacles energies in reverse. This 10 of Pentacles has been showing up a lot, and I feel like more than anything, these people are closely, like, it's people who, they getting this information from somewhere. And it feels like your family is trying to cloak their signature. And that's what this feels like to me as soon as this card came out. It feels like your family is trying to cloak their signature. Your family is trying to send wild goose. They're sending people, flying monkeys towards you so that to try to cloak their signature or to try to cloak their scent. But it's what they know. It's what they know. 10 of Pentacles energy. It's what the flying monkeys come to you and say. It's what the flying monkeys come to you and do. It's how they move and what they choose to move around, right? Move on. That lets you know that they being sent by something or someone that was closer to you. This is what I'm tapped into. 1010 angel number. This is for Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So there's a big energetic push at this time, divine ones, for whatever you're building. They want to bring what you're building down. They want to bring what you're building asunder. They want to collapse. They want to implode whatever this is that you're trying to establish. You need to know that it's not about correctness. We have a 1010 angel number, which kind of would be 11 or 2. And then we got a 14 or temperance angel, right? So there's this 6-7 energy. One thing that I feel the most is that they're not trying to do what's right. Or like, because I feel like in your mind, you're like, there's some type of correctness or fairness. They don't want to do things fair or correct. They're not trying to be legitimate in any way. Whatever way that they can cause this thing to crumble, they will cause it to crumble. This is what I'm tapped into. King of Wands energy is out here. It made me think of when she ain't let him scoot over and let him get up there on that fucking headboard she was on and let him freeze in that water. This type of energy, we could have switched. You do 30 minutes, I do 30 minutes, or whatever it is like that. They could have did a switch or something like that until they found something, but just let them sit in that water and freeze like that. And it's this type of energy where I feel like it's there's no correctness. There's no like honor amongst thieves. Don't expect honor from these people. I don't care who they are or how you see them, because I feel like that is what usually gives them a foothold or a leeway in your energy. 10, 10, 10 angel number. 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. They not right. They don't have a legitimate argument. You did me something wrong, so now I'm trying to do you something wrong. No. They just want to bring down what you're building. 3 of Cups energy is out here because it's something to do with your power. And it's something to do with the way your power looks against their power. The curse of Joseph is what I call call it? These people are connected to one another. They have support. They have family. They got, what is it called when you have a village and they work together? You don't have any of that. But it's your power. It's your power. The strength card energy is that, as I'm saying that makes them want to come together to attack you. They got a village. They got each other. 10, 10, 10 angel number. There's no correctness in this, but they got to catch them all. Got to catch them all. Got to catch them all. This is what I'm tapped into. You need to be aware. 7 of Pentacles. And this has been going on for many of you for quite some time. This has been going on for some of you since you were 7 years old. For others of you in the past 7 years. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, they don't want to be right. They're not doing this from any altruistic point of view, like you really did something wrong and you deserve this. No, they just want to bring you down because your power in your independence somehow like topples. It's like in comparison, if you look at your power, you by yourself, you're doing all of these things on your own. You don't have a lot of people with you. Then them all together, they say, "Oh, you trying to shine on them," or you think you're better than them. That's probably something that they say. They probably say that shit for real. Oh, you think you better than us? Da, 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 da. Really, when they should be happy that they got all of these support systems and all of this village. And it's fucking difficult to be out here by yourself and have to figure out how everything gonna get put in place and then be the one who put it all in place. But they jealous of that because they say because you have to do it by yourself and they got a village that you think you're better than them. Ain't that nothing? That's crazy because you don't want to conform, because you don't want to fit in their little pocket. That's what it is, because they can't put you in their pocket. They want to say you think you better than them, and because you think you better than them, that gives them this leeway, or that gives them this, that grants them access to be able to try to destroy what you're building when nobody's looking at what you're doing in comparison, because it doesn't compare. If you got 10 people and another person by themselves, how does that even compare? But to these 10 people, the way you're doing what you're doing and how much you're able to cultivate, it makes them feel small. They tell themselves as an excuse to keep assaulting your energy is that you think you better than them. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift? I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Ain't that nothing? Ain't that nothing, Divine One? And you probably would, for some sincere support, for somebody who really will have your back, for somebody who really will hold you down and really be a part of your group, your friend group, you probably will love that. They say you think you better than them when you ain't even comparing. You don't even have time to compare. You don't have space and opportunity to compare. If you don't stay focused on what you're building, nobody else is going to do anything. You don't even have time to compare. Meanwhile, here they are comparing you. And they say, you think you're better. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift? I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is the most important message? The Chariot card energy is out here with 9 of Swords. The power of your mind is not a joke. 818 angel number. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It's like your thoughts are like running rampant. That's what this feels like. The Chariot card, ride on the magic school bus. And this is quickly arriving at a desired destination. The 9 of Swords, are you afraid of the dark, would indicate that. It's like hyperfixation, the 9 of Swords, right? Thinking the same thing over and over and over, so much so that it feels like a tormenting spirit. But there's this like disconnect from the idea that you can choose your thoughts. Like that you can choose your thoughts, right? You can become aware of a thought, and if you don't appreciate that thought, you can change it. You can say, nah, I don't think that. And then you can say, this is what I think. And then you can choose to hyperfixate or focus on that thing, and it turns the 9 of Swords into a gift. It turns the 9 of Swords into the ability to manifest, an affirmation, so to say. This is what I'm tapped into. It feels like your mind is all over the place, but your spirit team is wanting you to know that you can control your mind. What do we got? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Thank you, Ace of Cups. Energy is out here. Press down, shaking together, and running over. Set the Chariot card, Ace of Cups. It makes me feel like God ain't brought you this far to leave you. But there's also this feeling, subconscious wounds, the tormented card, right? 9 of Swords energy. Subconscious fixations that are preventing you from seeing the portals that God is opening up for you that's leading towards your power. It just makes me feel like you think it's going to blow up in your face. It makes me feel like you think that God brought you this far to leave you Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, King of Cups energies out here with the Nine of Wands. 9 angel number, like you gonna get this far. King of Cups, Ace of Cups, that's Two of Cups, into what God is doing and doing with you and doing through you and doing for you, and then God is going to desert you. The letter D showing up again significantly, but God is not planning to desert you. But those emotions, those thoughts, and those behaviors, those are things that God are bringing to your mind so you can replace them. Look at this thought form. Look at this paradigm. Let's do something with this. It's like if you were to invite a partner into your life and they came in and they said, "Oh wow, you no longer need this. You no longer use that. It's taking up space. We could do something different with this space, right?" And it's this type of benevolence that's in your energy, but there's also like a fear, Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands, that's like, it's gonna blow up in my face. The match, the lighter, and then the explosion, right? It's gonna blow up in my face, and it's not. God has not brought you this far to leave you. And those thoughts that feel like this is gonna happen like it happened last time are thoughts that you have to rewrite in your mind. Wheel of Fortune energies out here. A lot of tens, a lot of bright and beautiful new beginnings, a lot of completion that adds value to what you're doing, right? Success or skill increasing. Eight of Swords energy. Eight of Swords energies in reverse. Nine of Swords. Your spirit team is saying you don't have. It's not that you don't have anything to worry about, but you do have some things that you need to process. That's what's on this board. You ain't got nothing to worry about, but you do need to process these little thoughts, these little emotions, these little behaviors from your past self that was kind of creating impediments and slowing down the trip, right? But so your spirit team is bringing these thoughts and these emotions and these behaviors to your mind so that you can repair them, so that you can replace them with things that are more in line with where you're going. It's not a beration, or you're not getting beat like you know, sometimes you grow up in a household and a parent beat you. You're not getting beat. You are being chastened. That's what this feels like. So look at the thoughts. Oh, I don't like that thought. You don't have to think that thought. Replace it. And that's how you develop affirmations and incantations that power your life. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. And so what are these words? That's what this feels like. Ten of Cups energy is out here. Because when you realize some of these words and how they align with feelings and behaviors, and you replace those words, those feelings and behaviors will naturally dissipate. This is what I'm tapped into. King of Pentacles, King of Cups energies out here. Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Cups, Chariot card, Ace of Cups. This is a lot of benevolent energy that's showing up, right? But it's your own personal preconceived notions and fears that are creating impediments in you moving forward. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The Mask, right? Seven of Swords energy. 7, 8, 9 swords showed up here. But he didn't see himself, right? The mask helped him to see himself. And then once he realized his talents, he could take off the mask and he could lose the mask and feel like it was no loss because he could operate in his own persona. That's what this is. And so it feel like you think you need something or someone outside of yourself to be able to operate at your apex. And no, you're just being introduced to these versions of yourself so that you will be able to tap into them at will. That's what this feels like. 7, 8, 9 swords. 8 angel number. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Who's next? Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is the most important message for my... Thank y'all so much for the likes. Thank y'all so much for the super chats. I love this. I love being able to do this, and I'm grateful for every opportunity you give me. Now, this is for Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Let's see what's coming out. Death card, major transformations. The Devil card. That Devil card, Lord. He just twerking today. Self-imposed bondage. In your energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, this self-imposed bondage is coming to an end. And you're learning how to take that trait that you have that could be considered like addictive personality traits and like really put it toward like, it's not that you're not going to have that trait. What happens is you're gonna take it, and instead of smoking all the time, you might go and work out. You might read more. Maybe you'll take that hyperfixation the ability that you have to hyperfixate and go to school and learn a trade or learn a new language or whatever it is like that. So there are major transformations happening in your life in regards to self-imposed bondage. Let's get some more energy. That shit don't move you like it used to move you. That's what's on this board. Page of Wands. It was some things that compel you. It was some things that would invoke you. You know, like if you think of putting it on your altar and invoking a certain spirit, there were some things that used to invoke you. A person could say, "Hey, we barbecuing over here," and you would get up and go. Somebody could say, "Oh, we smoking over here," you would get up and go. It was things that people could say or insinuate to you, and it would be compelling in your energy that don't move you no more. That's what's happening on this board. That's what's happening in your energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You are no longer moved by what used to move you. Major transformations. It's been showing up a lot because that's what these witches and these warlocks been trying to use to gain access to you. We was talking about it earlier. Oh, they got outdated information, right? They got information from your family. Your family never really knew you. Your family was saying shit based off of when you was 9, based off of when you was 12. So now that you're a grown ass person and they say, oh, this person is easily moved by this or easily moved by that, and they try to trigger you in that way, it don't move you. You're not 9 anymore. It's this type of energy. Major transformations, Queen of Cups energy is happening in regards to what compels you. It used to be personal freedom or any type of thing that may have been considered like up the river. You know, one thing about Huckleberry Finn, when he was on that river, he stayed on that motherfucking river. But down by the riverside. But now it's not that movement, like being busy and always moving like a river, right? That doesn't move you anymore. Now you're kind of like home, companionship, connection, true understanding and knowing of the connections that you have in your life. So different things move you, and the way that people want to like demonize you, devil, like accuse you of devilment is what I want to say is no longer working. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, major transformation. Because if I say this about you and I say, oh, they're a bad person. I say they're a bad person. I can prove that they're a bad person because every time I throw a rock, they shimmer, whatever, just anything, right? Like it's a negative thing. Every time, just all you got to do is send, all you got to do is offer them this and watch what they do. You know, they were using this as a way to demonize you and to criminalize you, to say, you know, this is a part of the witch hunts, right? Oh, all you got to do is offer them this and you'll see that demon come out, basically, right? Well, when they made the offer, these witches and these warlocks made this offer. Hey, baby, how you doing today? That's how I woke up too. And when these witches and these warlocks make you this offer and you didn't move and operate in the ways that they expected you to move and operate, then whatever they were doing to say that this is a witch hunt, this is who you need to demonize and criminalize, it didn't work. So now people are like, well, I thought you said this person was demon. I thought you said 515 angel number. I thought you said that this person was, you know, compelled. I thought you said that this person was invoked. I thought that you said this person was, you know, negative. And when you didn't react and respond, major transformations in the ways that they had described you, people started to look at them like, no, nigga, you the demon. Is this type of energy. It's a witch hunt gone awry. Ace of Wands energy is out here. This person said, all you have to do, Page of Wands, Ace of Wands, is wave this wand. And if you wave this wand, the demon will come out. The demon will come out of that building right there. And they were pointing at you. They said, all you got to do, they had a whole bunch of people together. Say, all you got to do is wave this wand and the demon will come out. They waved the wand and the person shapeshifted. They waved the wand again. The person shapeshifted again. You never came out. They started looking at this person. Whoever was waving the wand kept waving the wand and looking at this motherfucker saying, oh, it's you that's the witch. It's this type of energy. Yeah. They tried to pull the old switcheroo around this motherfucker and blame you. The Eight of Wands energy is out here, but now people can see. Hey, you know the iPhone 17, you know the iPhone 14, you know the different versions of the phone, and they can see you. Emperor card, Three of Cups energy is out with the Justice card. So major transformations happening in your energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, in regards to what moves you. You're going to find that people are trying to compel you, trying to invoke you, trying to get a reaction out of you. But I don't see you responding because I feel like there's a lot of lore. Mythical creature, you. I do feel like there's a lot of lore, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Like, people be talking about you like, yeah, and at night they turn into a dragon and breathe fire. You probably just roll green games and smoke a little blunt or whatever it is like that. But there's a lot of lore around you, like, you know. Which means that you lived a good life, right? Because people telling fairy tales about you. And at night, they grow wings and fly to the mountaintops. And like Santa Claus, overnight, they go down everybody's chimney and steal all of the Christmas trees. Like, what? How? She got reindeers. One of them got a red nose. Like, what the fuck? Bitch, really? It's a lot of fucking lore around you. And so you're going to see people operating in the shit that they heard. You heard me? You're going to see people acting like, oh, I heard this about you. I heard that about you. And trying to invoke you or compel you to respond in a certain way based off of what they heard. And you're going to learn. They said and I heard is the two biggest liars. They said and I heard be lying. You know what they said? You know, I heard they be lying their ass off. They will make up some shit about somebody just to get you to listen because they ain't got nothing else to talk about. I'm telling you. They said and I heard be lying, and it's a lot of lore around you. You're a mythical creature. And there are people who are trying to find out if they throw water on you, that will you melt. There's people saying, oh yeah, that's a witch. You know, because you will never see them in the rain. Here you come walking in the rain. You got a cute raincoat, little cute umbrella and shit. It match. You just some rain boots around this motherfucker. Here everybody looking at you like, I thought they couldn't walk in the rain. Like what? Like they don't think it's crazy that you just living your life. They don't think what's crazy is that they believe the lore. What's crazy is that they listening to these people tell fucking fairy tales about you and they really believe that dumbass shit. They looking at you like you crazy because you walking in the rain. Hello? Make some shit make sense. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, dancing in it. I thought the bitch was gonna melt. Y'all said that bitch would melt in the rain. Look, she got a cute ass raincoat. Look at that your umbrella. Like you lied. This bitch. Duh. Duh, they lied. Duh. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, there's a lot of lore around you, you mythical creature. You mythical, magical creature, you. They are telling tales, girl. They are telling dragon tales. If you rub on that green crystal that they got, it's take them to another dimension. Like they literally don't have a crystal in your house and it's green. Because they done told somebody that you got a crystal in your house is dragon tails, bitch. As soon as you rub on that motherfucker, they done told motherfucker don't drink that tea. They said don't drink that tea. She like to make tea. She take you to Alice in Wonderland around that motherfucker. For real, bitch. There's a lot of lore. Like, bitch, this ain't no fucking fairy tale. What the fuck you think I am, Zeus? You think this is Greek mythology or some shit? You flew up to the sun, and the things that you built to flew up to the sun was too weak to deal with the heat, and it melted, and you fell. That's how you got that scratch on your leg. What? No, I was walking. I walked past a sharp object that was on the edge of my bed and scratched me. Oh no, baby, you went up to the skies, you met the angels, and you fell. That's how you got that scratch. Like what? Don't have no birthmark, no real like outstanding birthmark. Yeah, they got a story about how you got that. Oh, this is what happened. Like what the fuck? And then when you hear about it, you be like, oh, really? Shit, you want to get some popcorn and some jalapenos and listen. Like, okay, so what else I did? Girl, what? You hear the story? You be interested. Girl, what? Then what happened? I did what? Goddamn. I must be a beast. This sounds like a comic book. Angels are pow, wham, smack. They describe you. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, they out here describing your ass like a comic book. You can hear the little sound. And then Libra, Aquarius, Gemini did this. Pow! Okay, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. What is the most important message? Thank you so much, Shantae. What is the most important message? What is the most important message? What do you need to know most to walk the highest path? Are you for the greatest good? Thank you. 6 of the Lovers card. This has been coming out a lot for Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, specifically fire signs. Are you trying to please God or are you trying to please man? If you're trying to please man, you're going to make certain decisions and you're going to get certain outcomes. And it might not produce the results that you expect. If you try to please God, you're going to make different decisions and you're going to have different outcomes and it's always going to be pleasing. Think of an artist, somebody who makes wall art, like paints, right? You think, most artists want people to buy their paint and prominently display it in their office or in their home. Thank you so much for the subscription. We do free readings for subscribers around the beginning of the month. So I hope I see you there, God's favorite. In any case, the Lover's card is out here. If you do what God asks you to do, then usually there is no negative energy that comes with it. But when you try to please man, you get the results that come from it. You might get a good job, you might get a that's pretty, you might get a go ahead now, but that's all the fuck you gonna get. If you're an artist or a painter, it's the example that they want me to use, and you're creating arts. If you try to create art that you think people will like live, laugh, love, or whatever it is, right? Those cliche arts that people have in their home, right? Whatever it is, right? Then that's where your shit will go straight to Walmart, straight to the Walmart home decor section, and that's where you'll reside. Your art will never be fully appreciated as you'll never be fully appreciated as the artist that you are because you just made what everybody liked already, right? But if you follow God's prompting and you make what you are inspired to make by God, your piece might be put into a museum. It might be added to the Louvre, right? And then you become this world renowned, well respected artist in your own right. So there, and then people will literally print your shit. They will make copies of it. They'll put it on a t-shirt. They'll make prints of it and put it in their home because it's that impactful to them. So are you trying to please God? And if you try to please God, you get what you want and more, or you try to please man. And man has its own reward. That's what this feels like. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, strength card energies, I have the Lovers. And yes, when you're trying to please God, there is this idea, or in the beginning, I'm trying to find somewhere to put my foot under here. In the beginning, there's this energy of, what if they don't like it? Right? Like whatever it is that you're making, whatever it is that you're producing, when you're stepping outside of what conformity is and you're doing something, you're following divine design, it usually goes against the natural, like what everybody else is doing, and you feel like, what if they don't like it? What if they don't like it? It don't matter if they don't like it if God does. Like, don't you know that God is going to pay you, that God is going to reward you, that God is going to, didn't you know I'd be about my father's business? Make sure that you're compensated for the work that you're doing. Is this type of energy. Thank you so much for your subscriptions. Page of Swords energy is out with the Six of Pentacles. So you have to ask yourself, who do you want to sign your checks at the end of the day? Because this is the energy of think and grow rich, or not think and grow rich, rich dad, poor dad. In the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he said, Robert Kiyosaki said, work for learning. Work so that you can learn, not necessarily for the amount of money that you make. Because if you work for the amount of money that you make, that's all you're going to get is the money that you make. But if you work for the information that you can gather, you can take that information that you gather and do what you want to do with it. And it's this type of energy. Page of Swords energy is out of the Six of Pentacles. If you do what man is expecting you to do, you're going to get the reward and the result from that. You'll be compensated. You'll be given what you desire. But if you do what God is asking you to do, you get so much more. And the thing about it is, what if they don't like it? Hell, they might not like it. I'm not promising you that they're going to like it. But what I am telling you is that God will reward you. And the reward and the results that come from God will be exceedingly and abundantly above what any man could do or give you, even if they loved it. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what's on this board. So are you trying to please God, or are you trying to please man? The kick is the work gonna be the same. The energy and effort that you have to put into it, the stress that you undergo, it's going to be the same. It's going to be equivalent. The Four of Swords energy is out here, but you can get a peace that surpasses all understanding. You can get a sense of knowing that the results are going to be guaranteed when you do what God wants you to do. Right? Queen of Cups energy. The biggest impediment that you're facing at this time, baby, is thinking that other people ain't gonna like it, but other people don't have to sleep in the bed that you make. Other people don't have to look in the mirror where you stand. Three of Pentacles energies out here with the Ten of Wands, Three of Cups. So you have to ask yourself who you want to pour into your cup. Are you looking for worldly results and worldly, like, exaltation, or do you want divine results and divine exaltations? Six of Wands energy is out here. How you gonna win if you ain't right within? How you gonna win if you ain't right within? How you gonna win if you ain't right within? Come again. And then if you look at it and you think about it, you can see the results. What happened when you connected to God and when you're doing something from a divine space, and then when you try to do it for the world, right? That's what's on this board. Your spirit team is wanting to know, are you connected to God and doing this from a divine space, or are you trying to please the world, impress the world, have an impact on the world? And each of those things will give their own reward. Seven of Pentacles has been showing up a lot for the collective. I do this because I love to do it. if no rewards came with it, you guys are becoming members and subscribing. I get super chats. There's so many benefits. Even some people just might think of the attention being something like that they want, right? There are a lot of rewards that come with it, but I never thought that it would ever grow like that. I was only doing something that I love. I was only sharing tidbit information that I had cultivated over the years. That's how this started, and it grew into this. And if it was to stop getting super chats or stop getting whatever, I would still do it. I would still read. I would still pick up my deck every day and read if nobody watched me. And Seven of Pentacles energy. Seven of Pentacles means that there were many days. There were so many days that I pick up my deck and read and nobody watched me. And it was that quiet time with spirit and getting to know God that led to today. And so it looks like there are worldly results and rewards, but that was never the motivation. And if you let God be your motivation, right? When Solomon asked God for wisdom instead of asking for worldly things, God gave him wisdom. And with that wisdom, he was able to cultivate as many worldly things as he desired. And that's going to be your most powerful path forward. Are you trying to do it for God, or are you trying to do it for man? When you try to do it for God, things grow. And there's this patience, and there's this daily input, and there's this desire to be there. Like learning how to cook, or how Nana get up early in the morning and start cooking dinner at breakfast, right? Because she loved to feed her family. You understand that? And so the food just tastes so good. You might have a nana, your nana can't even cook, but it still just warm your soul so good. You'd like to go to your nana house and eat. You can go to a 5-star restaurant every day, but you go and eat at nana house because it feels so good when you eat it, and that's the difference. Are you trying to please God, or are you trying to please man? I am so grateful for you. When you try to please God, those results, you know how you can't quite get the gumbo like your granny could get that gumbo? Granny was trying to please God with that gumbo. It was an offering to God, to the ancestors. You still trying to please cuz. You still trying to please auntie. You still trying to make auntie impressed. You still trying to make uncle impressed with the gumbo. But when you say, come on, ancestors, how much filet? Come on, ancestors, how much onions I need, right? When you start trying to please God, watch how that gumbo hit. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Let's do one more collective message. We made good time today, and I like that. I like not wasting your time. I like giving you the opportunity to go forth and be powerful and still take over the day. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. What do you need to know most? Eight of Swords. Get out of your head and get into your hands. You ain't no fucking Kunta Kinte. You ain't no fucking Kunta Kinte. You ain't no fucking Toby. I mean, because Toby was who that slave master was trying to beat it into him that he was a Toby. And he said, I'm not no motherfucking Toby, I'm a Kunta Kinte. So it's this slave driver likely in your head that's trying to make you feel like you a Toby, but you ain't no Toby, you a Kunta Kinte. And then what's gonna make the difference of if you know it, if you Toby or Kunta Kinte is what you do. Because Toby was on that plantation. But Kunta was running. You get what the fuck I'm saying? Nine of Wands energy is out here with the Eight of Swords. This is very treacherous energy. This is somebody who knows, like let's say you have ADD or ADHD. Let's say you have other types of emotional disorders or whatever it is like that. This is somebody who knows about your emotional disorders, or they understand your triggers and why, and they try to use your triggers against you. 111 in the chat, 122. This is the most like sinister and evil person. It will be somebody that's close enough to you to be able to observe. They watch how you react and respond to certain stimuli, and they try to use your mental stuff against you. Like if you get really worried or really frightened, this is somebody in your energy who wants to use your vulnerability against you. So be aware. The Sun card energy is out here. Pay attention to their reaction and their response when anxiety shoots and spirals through you. Because there is somebody in your energy who is like siphoning your energy, and they're using anxiety. What they're showing me in my mind's eye is how I used to react when I would lose something. I hate losing things only because I've gone through a lot of loss in my life. I lost custody of my oldest child, my grandmother, my mother, I all lost. I'm not really close with my family. So when I lose things, because I'm very, very anal, so I have a place for stuff. So I put my keys here. As soon as I come in the house, I put my keys here. Why? Because I don't want to have to look for my keys. As soon as I come in the house, I put my shoes here. Why? Because I don't want to have to look for my shoes. I've done that so much in my life that it immediately feels a certain type of way. I lost my wallet, right? And I had people in my life, in my past, that paid attention to that, and they would intentionally move my stuff. They say, oh, I saw you put that there. And then I say, where's this? Where's that? And they'll say, oh, I put it there. Why would you put it there? I intentionally put it right there. And in the beginning, I didn't peep game. I just felt like, okay, maybe they were trying to help, or da 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 da. But then I started to pay attention to the way that they would feel or look, even paying attention to how they were looking when I would get about losing my keys or losing my wallet or whatever it is like that. And it's this type of energy. There's somebody who's paying attention to your triggers and they're using your triggers in order to compel you, right? This is what I'm tapped into. But you ain't no Toby boy. You was a Kunta. And what was the difference between Kunta and Toby? Kunta would run. What Kunta would do. And so there's this energy around you creating boundaries around somebody who's pretending to play with you. It just feels like they're going to say something like, I didn't mean it like that. But the fact that they didn't mean it like that, even though they did, doesn't excuse what they did. If you run the stop sign and the police pull you over and you say, I didn't mean to run the stop sign, what they going to do? They're going to give you a ticket, huh? They'll say, okay, they'll give you a warning, whatever it is like that. But there's still this energy of like, okay, I can't do that no more, right? And ignorance of the law is not excuse of it. Right? Ignorance of the law does not immediately excuse you of it. You could tell the police officer, I didn't know that was a stop sign, and I just kept going, and they say, well, you still finna get this ticket, right? It doesn't excuse you from it. So the fact that they didn't mean to don't mean that they shouldn't receive some type of reprimand for what they did. You didn't mean to, but you did it. And because you did it, I have to enforce boundaries around that. This is what I'm tapping into, Ten of Pentacles. Whose house runs house? They didn't mean to do it, but they did some shit to defile your house. And because they defiled your home, it's enforcement that come with that. Okay, you didn't mean to, yeah, but you can't come back over here. Right? Oh, I didn't mean to burn a hole in your couch. Yeah, you didn't mean to, but you can't come back over here. You'll never be back over here again, right? Oh, well, we'll see each other in public places. We can still be the best of friends, be best of friends at your house, because you won't be coming over here to put no more holes in my shit. It's this type of energy that's on this board, but heavy on the psychological war games of, I didn't mean to, or, you know what I mean? Like moving something that you intentionally put in a certain place to cause a reaction out of you, or like acting like they don't remember, acting like you didn't tell them something that you know that you were sure to tell them, pretending like they didn't know what time or where to show up. Is these types of gaslighting techniques that are trying to make you forget who you are or something like that. Ten of Wands energy. One of the things that I've learned as I've been in this, like these occult waters, is that it's a lot psychologically and magic kind of go hand in hand. 6, 7, right? And this is psychological war play. Why? Well, because if they can lower your confidence, if they can affect your psyche, then you'll start to think certain things like, I can't, I don't, I'll never, right? And fill in the blank with whatever those things are. And if they can get you to believe and agree in your mind, I can't do this. I'll never do that. I'll always da 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 da. Then now they've got you locked into a certain dimension, and it's easier to siphon your energy. It's easier to make it to where you don't get money. It's easier to make it to where you don't believe in yourself. It's this type of energy. It's a psychological war game being played out here. And I feel like you're the target. Empress energy. And why? It's because of your ability to multiply. We don't die, we multiply. 1 + 1 = 3 with you, right? Where with most people, 1 + 1 = 2. And there's a lot of entities that want to lower your consciousness. They don't want you believing in yourself, because if they can stop you from believing in yourself, there are a lot of people who are inspired by your presence, just your electromagnetic frequency when you show up in a space, will also not believe that there are things possible. If they can get this big strong buck to believe that he is Toby, then the rest of the plantation will follow suit too. If they can get this big strong buck to believe that they are Toby, then the rest of the plantation gonna follow suit too, right? And this is what I'm tapped into. Psychological war games at this time, and you are the motherfucking target. This is what I'm tapped into. Tower card energy is out here. And if you give too many benefits of the doubt, you're going to find yourself in doubt and everybody else with the benefit. And the most powerful path forward is not to try to, the Bible says resist the devil and he will flee. It don't say fight the devil. It say resist the devil. So your most powerful path forward, Tower card, 8 of Cups, is to move around. I don't know what happens in people's spirit when they hear that. I think they feel like it's a threat or something. Move around is you knowing and loving and respecting yourself enough to realize a plantation ain't a place where you're supposed to be. Plantation ain't no place for a free man. 8 of Pentacles energy. 9 of Cups. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And when the time stop being good, niggas like me get gone. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. I love you so much. I appreciate you tapping in, tuning in, and turning up on this daily check-in. I hope I see you this evening, sometimes between 9 and 11 for our nightcap. You know that my intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. I do that by helping others to overcome the pitfalls that I've landed in. If you are ever interested in getting a private session, if you're ever in need of a private and personal reading, go ahead and check out my website, www.tarotondex.com. You can also utilize the link tree. Link tree is /tarot-on-dex. And until we meet again, be powerful on purpose. And I appreciate you. Wholeness. Infinite water flowing through. Take it easy.